Hello everyone and welcome to Shell Point Today for Monday, August the 22nd. I'm Dan Philgreen. On today's show, Director of Long-Term Care's Doug Potts will give us the scoop on the Larson Pavilion. And Bev Chandley returns with Isings Travel to talk about some of the exciting trips for 2017. But first, we want to remind you of tomorrow's Library Book Talk with Joy Ellen Ryan of Genonia. She will be reviewing Susan Casey's book, Voices in the Ocean, a book that takes you into the fascinating world of dolphins. The talk will take place in the Social Center at 2:15, and a discussion and refreshments will follow. Make plans to join Joy Ellen tomorrow. Also tomorrow, Marlene and Chet Solinder return to the Grand Cypress Room for you to sing along with them to some familiar tunes like the Chattanooga Choo Choo, the Atchison Topeka and the Santa Fe, and other famous Harry Warren tunes. Don't miss their exciting performances and memorable personalities beginning at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Do you have a well-organized file of all your finances and healthcare documents that you could provide in the case of an unexpected emergency? Can you provide the information needed if someone else needed to step in and coordinate them for you? Well, if those questions give you pause, then you might want to attend the Organizing My Documents presentation in the Social Center on Wednesday. Resident Support Services Manager Jeanne Hammond will provide you with all the helpful information and suggestions that you'll need to be able to get better organized. The presentation starts at 10:15 a.m. on Wednesday, so make sure you sign up. The Ice Cream Social at the Larson Pavilion is tomorrow, and Doug Potts, Director of Long-Term Care, is standing by to tell us about how you can get answers to your rehab and skilled nursing questions at his presentation and tour of the pavilion.
Hi, I'm Doug Potts, the Director of Long-Term Care at the Pavilion. I would like to invite you to join us at the Larson Pavilion on August 23rd at 2 o'clock for an ice cream social. It is a great opportunity to meet our amazing team and learn about the many services available to you at the Pavilion. There will be a short presentation discussing our rehabilitation unit, long-term care services, and memory unit, as well as the hospice program. We will be offering a tour of the rehab center, including our aqua therapy pool and occupational therapy suite. Please join us at 2 o'clock on Tuesday, August 23rd, and meet our pavilion team while enjoying a dish of Love Boat ice cream. Space is limited, so please RSVP to Randa at 415-5432. Hope to see you there.
Do you like to travel to exciting places? Well, what about somewhere that probably not too many of you have been to before? Cuba. Well, Jeanne Veldman from Isings Travel visits with Bev Chandley now to talk about the 2017 travel program for Shell Point residents, which includes a cruise to the historical, fascinating Cuba. There's also one to the Galapagos Islands, as well as exciting trips right here in the U.S. Let's find out about all the adventures that you can be a part of with Shell Point and Isings Travel.
Hi, I'm Bev Chandley, and I'm here today with Jeanne Veldman from Isings Travel, and she's the president and CEO, chief bottle washer from Isings Travel, who we've worked with for many years for our travel program that we offer for you residents here at Shell Point. So Jeanne was nice enough today to come and speak with us a little bit about our 2017 travel lineup. So I'm going to say, Jeanne, let's start with our trip to historic and fascinating Cuba. Tell us a little bit about our Cuba trip coming up.
Great opportunity, Bev. Well, it starts out with this is the first ship that's ever come from the United States to Cuba and back. That gives a consistency of accommodations and food on the ship, the convenience of traveling in that manner without having the difficulty of going from one place to the other in Cuba. And all the excursions are included, so you don't have to worry about what you're going to do and what you're going to see. It's all taken care of. 3 great ports, Havana, of course, for 2 days, Cienfuegos on the bottom part of Cuba, and Santiago de Cuba, and it gives you different flavors each place we go.
And you have a special guide lined up for
well,
your trip
yes,
down
we
there.
have. On all of our trips, we always include our own private guide, and this one will be Kent Kaufman. For those who know Kent, he's great. He speaks 5 languages fluently, and Spanish, of course, is one of them.
Well, that's great. Okay, from Cuba, we're going off to the Galapagos Islands.
Great opportunity.
That's a wonderful place.
Super, the Galapagos Islands. It's a place that really time again has stood still. The wildlife is very tame. You can get up close to it. But we're doing it the right way, in style, on the best expedition ship that's out there. And that particular ship gives different qualities and difficulties in excursions. So someone who wants to be or can only do something easy can do it and not miss it. And of course, the animal life with the sea lions and the iguanas and the giant tortoises are incredible.
Well, you know, that's one of our residents' real fears, is having to be on too rigorous of an adventure. So that's really nice to know they have those different levels.
We keep doing that. Any place we go, we consider everybody who wants to travel.
Excellent. All right, from the Galapagos, we're going out to Utah in the Four Corners area. That's a beautiful part of our country.
This one, again, will be escorted by our tour manager, Kent. We're taking no more than 28 people on it, and there's a lot of reservations coming in, so we're really encouraging everybody to book early. We'll start in Salt Lake City. We'll go down to Moab, and we'll enjoy wonderful Anasazi pueblos and sightseeing areas. We'll do Arches National Park, Canyonlands National Park. We'll be on 3 train adventures. They'll be including the Durango-Silverton Railroad, the Georgetown Loop Rocky Mountain Railroad, and the Pikes Peak Railroad.
Now, the next area we're going to talk about is our trip to my old stomping grounds. I have 14 years in Washington State. My heart's still out there sometimes, but we're going off to the Pacific Northwest. Tell us about that trip.
Well, this is a trip that's totally catered and custom to our residents. It really is an exploration of an area that a lot of people have maybe touched on, but really haven't experienced. And again, our tour manager, Kent, is going to be part of that. We'll start in Seattle. We'll include Olympic National Park. We'll include Mount Rainier. We'll work our way over through the Cascades to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, Hell's Canyon, and then end in Glacier National Park. So this is a great, great trip for those who love to do the Great American West.
And you will really experience the real West if you take that trip. There's no doubt about it. And we have one more trip going out on August 5th next year to Scotland, Iceland, and Norway. Iceland, Jeannie, really, Iceland.
Special trip. Brand new ship, the Koningsdam from Holland America, will host us. And this trip is actually, I have never seen anything just quite like it. We'll start and end in Amsterdam. We'll go over to Scotland and spend 3 days and 2 nights, of course, on the ship. They'll be in Edinburgh and Inverness in Scotland. And by the way, on this trip, we are including the festivities of the Royal Military Tattoo in Edinburgh.
I've heard about that. I heard it's fabulous.
Spectacular. Then we go over to Iceland. It's 4 days and 3 nights in Iceland. Unprecedented. Most ships will stay for a day and out you go. We'll explore the fjords. We'll explore the geologic features, the history, and of course the fascinating people that live there. Then we're on to Norway, 2 ports of call. One is Alesund, which is a beautiful little fishing village along the coast of Norway, and Bergen, where you have the opportunity to go on one of the beautiful fjord cruises that you might have heard about.
That will be outstanding. And we have one more fascinating trip I'd like to hear about, and that is our trip in September to Austria and northern Italy. Tell us about that one.
Again, no one has anything like this at all. This is a total custom trip. Very fascinating. We're going throughout Austria and again covering northern Italy. We'll start out in Vienna for 2 nights. We'll continue to Salzburg for 3 nights. Then on to Innsbruck enjoy the wonderful Austrian Alps. Well, then we're going to transition down to northern Italy. Nothing like 3 nights in Venice and another 3 nights in the Lake District of northern Italy with Lake Como and Lake Maggiore and Lake Bellagio. Sightseeing throughout. And of course, this is another one of our tours where we include no more than 28 guests on it. We end in Milan before coming home. Great sightseeing both in the mountains and of course in Venice. And again, Kent will be your escort, special tour manager on this one. So hope to see you all on this one as well.
Wow, that sounds great, Jeannie.
Yeah.
Well, you folks will be receiving these flyers in your mailboxes for the various trips that we offer with Isings Travel. And if you're interested or want more information, or you'd like to sign up, if you turn over on the back, you'll see my Bev Chandley here with phone number and Isings Travel as well. If you call either one of those phone numbers, we'll be happy to give you all the information you need and try to get you out and about on one of these trips.
Thank you very much for having us.
And now it's time to cover all of Monday's happenings, menus, and Village Church connections. Right after this, Listening to the Words preview from David Howenstein.
This week's Listening to the Words is about compassion, which the dictionary describes as feeling sympathy for one stricken by suffering, accompanied by a desire to alleviate the pain or remove its cause. Among the synonyms are heart and clemency. Compassion figures deeply for those who are imprisoned. First on the program is a heart-rending story about a long-time resident of a state prison. Then a Steve Hartman story about a compassionate judge who spends the night in a jail cell. Then a 19-year-old feels imprisoned. Then life in prison opens the writing floodgates of an imprisoned Floridian. Also, an inmate answers the question, is a prison cell a house or a home? David Howenstein reminding you that you can experience this half-hour program twice each hour, all 7 days and nights, Monday through Sunday on Shell Point's Channel 12. Or you can listen anytime at www.shellpoint.net/listening by clicking on Program 241.
Hello, welcome to the Happening segment of Shell Point TV. My name is Bev Chandley, and I'm here with Michelle Tompkins today to tell you the activities that we offer for you here today at Shell Point. We're going to start at 8 o'clock with the men's round-robin tennis down at the Woodlands. Also at 8 o'clock we have pickleball. That's going on behind the Activity Center on the game courts. We have virtual bowling at the Resident Activity Center at 8:45. And 9:15, you'll find billiards also being played at the Resident Activity Center. The lollygaggers paddlers will be heading out from the kayak storage at 9:15. And pottery with instruction available will be down in the tunnel at 9:15 as well. Moving on to 10 o'clock, we have the men's match play tennis down at the Woodlands. And our Susie Q boat heads to Matanzas on the Bay at 10 o'clock. Sign up is required for all those Susie Q trips. The Disciple Men's Bible Study Group will be going on at 10:30. That's held in the game room of the Woodlands. And at 10:45, we have table tennis with the playing clinic in the Tarpon Room. Our final activity of the morning is a Health Connections class. It's at 11:30 and it's Ball Edition. That's down in the Health Club and that's currently full. Michelle, what's going on this afternoon?
Hi there. At noon, we will have Mahjong in the Cove at the estuary. 12:45, we have a Health Connections class, Zumba Fitness, at the Health Club at the Island. 1:15 is Samba, the card game, at the Resident Activity Center on the Island. At 1:45, we have a Health Connections class, Balance and Mobility Advanced, at the Health Club on the Island, and sign-up is required. 3 o'clock, we have another Health Connections class. It's Pilates Stretch, again, at the Health Club on the Island. At 4 o'clock, we have a dinner trip in Punta Gorda to Leroy's Southern Kitchen. Pickups begin at 4 o'clock on the island, 4:10 Woodlands, 4:20 Eagles Preserve and Estuary. Sign up is required. 6:30, we have Duplicate Bridge over at the Woodlands in the game room. Thank you for joining us today. Have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Menus for Monday. In the Island Cafe, the sandwich special is a kielbasa and kraut on a hoagie roll with fries for $7.75. And the Palm Grill is closed on Mondays. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Hi, I'm Scott Eding. I'm the employee chaplain, and I'm speaking to you on behalf of the Village Church today. It was quite some time ago, several months ago, I watched a video series. It was so complicated, had so many characters and plot twists that when I got all the way done, I went backwards and I watched the second to the last episode, and then it made sense to me. And then I watched the third to the last episode, and then that one made more sense to me. And so I went backwards again through the whole series, and I thought, you know, I should do the same thing with the Bible. And so I listened to Revelation, and then I listened to Jude, 3 John, 2 John, 1 John, and I went backwards through the Bible listening to it on audio. And what struck me was when I got to the prophet Isaiah. He truly was a man ahead of his time. And so I studied Isaiah more deeply, and I wrote down everything in the book that reminded me of other things that were written in the New Testament, and things that Jesus quoted and New Testament writers quoted. Then I went through the New Testament and I looked at the footnotes, and I found where it referred back to Isaiah, and I put together 80 different things, 80 topics that Isaiah had spoken about that then New Testament writers quoted him on. It was just amazing to me, that many topics. So it helped to clarify for me something really important to people when they start to think about who God is, that He doesn't change. A lot of people start to think there's an Old Testament God who is a God of wrath, and New Testament's God of love, but He's one and the same. Isaiah was written nearly 700 years before Jesus was born, and he writes all these things conceptually saying the same thing that Jesus said and saying what Jesus was going to teach when He came. So it's an amazing thing. God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. I'm so glad that you joined us in watching the Village Church Connections today, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thanks for joining us today. Tune in tomorrow when Kate Sullivan will visit with young concert pianist Noah Waddell and talk about Thursday's symphony concert at the Village Church. And we'll get another fit tip from fitness instructor Melody Broad. Until then, this has been Shell Point Today for Monday, August 22nd. I'm Dan Philgreen, and on behalf of everyone here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.